Hello and good morning. Welcome to Wuxing Long Pai Taijiquan. My name is Jeff Cote and I am the Occidental Taoist. I'm going to move things just a little bit so you can see my feet easier. I'm realizing the table kind of slid, or we moved that table towards there a little bit so we can't see my feet. Still can't. That's weird. Let me angle that down a little bit. Closer. I need enough height and distance in combination. There we go. Now you can see my feet when I'm doing things. Position. No, not terribly well. Okay, that's all right. It's not too bad. All right. Good morning. And as I said, welcome to Wuxing Long Pai Taijiquan. Last week, apparently on Thursday, nobody could find the thing, and I went and looked and discovered that apparently when I clicked on it, I clicked on unlisted instead of public by accident. And my apologies. I did not notice it until somebody had sent me a message saying they couldn't find anything afterwards. So I apologize for that. It should be available. It was available that afternoon once I was informed that nobody could find it, because things show up for me whether they're unlisted or public, and I couldn't see it. Somebody else was on it though. I mean, we had one viewer, so I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe they clicked on it right as they got a message saying I went live. I'm not sure. But my apologies for that, and I will be more aware and make sure that I don't accidentally click the wrong thing. That's what happens when you've got a Chromebook and you don't have a mouse. You're using your finger on the pad, and you don't realize where your finger goes, especially when you got big fingers like I do. So, but I will make sure that does not happen again. So I think I'm going to turn the light on just because I noticed there's some shadow here, and I want you guys to be able to see a little bit more evenly. Yeah, doesn't change the shadow as much, I guess, but it's a little bit lighter. Okay, so we're going to start off with just our usual bouncing expansion. But first, before we even begin, I'd like to just start with just getting that good basic alignment. Get a good, solid, centralized structure, sink down into the legs, find your feet on the ground, kind of get a sense of the feel of them, spread your toes out, feel that triangle, move forward and back a little bit to find that sweet spot where you're not sitting back on your heels, but you're not creating tension in your shins by being too far forward into the ball of the foot. You can activate the bubbling well. You can activate the whole lower body really easily. It's almost like you're ready to spring, but you're not tense. Okay. And then equalize left and right and rotational in the hips and right and left channels. A lot of little nuances come together to get just a perfect posture. And then I also always like to play around with this alignment of the hip in the sense of the tilt, because we all have from discrepancies in leg bone length to hip, ball and socket joint spacing. There's always a little bit of discrepancy in the bowl of the pelvis that tilts one way or another, or twists, or if you've had injury like I have from the severe auto accident, then the eye joint can be kind of like twisted a little bit, and you have to compensate for that so that you can let the weight drop more straight and relax the hips so that you can relax the tension that kind of perpetuates the patterns. And over time, it starts to correct. If you just be the way it is, and you're constantly in a constant sensation, because when I first started, things were so messed up. I was kind of like this all the time, right? And I didn't notice it. And I just noticed that when I would move to one side or the other, I just could not drop tension on the outside of my leg on the left side. And it wasn't until I noticed all these little nuances that could be adjusted to make space, and then start unwinding the tensions that come about from that habituated posture, that I was able to release that tension and actually start to get to a place where I was no longer putting undue strain on this gallbladder channel or that IT band down here on the side. So then we place the tongue on the roof of the mouth, place the hands on the lower dantian, stack the 3 dantians, allow myself a moment or two to just focus on being upright and relaxed and take deep breaths so I can connect with my breathing. Meanwhile, I'm just allowing whatever adjustments reveal themselves as necessary for alignment without forcing anything. I just notice where there's tension and I let it go and let it move me. And I centralize my awareness in the dantian powerfully so all my action comes from there. I begin with a deep breath and outreach and expand. Then return. Like my whole body is breathing, expanding on inhale. Return to the center on exhale as I release. Now I'm going to reverse the breathing pattern and inhale and just pause with the arms, letting myself condense in the center. As I exhale, expand. As though my breath, I'm working with the breath flowing out now. And then I'm just going to bounce. The focus here is on the up and down energy and using my hands to kind of help create intention and flow through the right and left channels, through the torso. and then counter swing. And then column swing. And then counter column swing. and close. Nice, relaxed, good basic Chen Chuang. We haven't done it in a while, so we do the 7 postures Qigong. So we start deep breath in. Sink the shoulders. Root. Palms face down, fingers towards each other. And open up the column of the body as the hands go up to drain tension down. All the way up, palms up, fingers towards each other. And then slowly out and down. Pause here for a moment, roll the elbows under and the palms out, just to open things up. Make a good root to ground from fingertips to feet, top of the head to the pelvic floor. Down and through. Palms facing each other. Qi to Tian Mo. Bring your hands up. Mid eyebrow. And down. Make that triangle with the index finger and thumb, not quite touching. Gently press with your intent. Remember to activate the Ming Men in the low back as you press up and out, rolling up, coming to the level of the mid eyebrow. the weight of the arms, pull the hands and the arms out to shoulder width and down, and elbows drop, hands come down. Gathering the chi to Tianmo again. And down. As though moving into Wuji, gathering the chi, as though holding a tree or hugging a tree. When you get here, bend the elbows and rotate the palms down so the hands end up right here around the base of the throat. Elbows down, the energy is extended down, like you're gently extending, making space, and then the chi sinks through the right and left channels. A gentle extension of fingertips towards each other. Else. Gather the chi. Moving into Wuji. chi into the chest, to the middle dantian. Condense to the lower. Chi to Tianmo. Each of these is sort of a little reset as you start the next posture. And as though we're almost as though we're doing Taiji beginning. Bring the hands down to solar plexus, away from, create some space, and press down gently while the center line extends up, enhancing Zhongding. And sink. Gather the chi to Tianmo. Gather the chi to the lower dantian. Gently pressing down with Lao Gong, bubbling well. Wei Yin draws up. And close. Shake it out. Hands, wrists, and fingers. The other way. Elbows. And the other way. And shoulders. And the other way. Alternating between palms out, fingers towards each other, and fingertips lightly touching, palms towards each other. Opening, closing the chest and shoulders. Widen the feet just a little bit, and trunk twists. Shifting to turning from the center. Waist shift and waist turn. Patting the waist first. And up towards the rib cage. Something I've been doing here is rather than when I get up to the shoulder, rather than patting here, because I noticed there's always this focus on rotating inward. I wanted to like really rotate this open. So I've been, as I do my shift and turn, I let this arm just stay out. You'll see here. So when I pat here, I'm really helping to release the attachments of the pectoralis minor, the pectoralis major, the anterior deltoid here. All of it kind of just gets a little stimulus with it open, encouraging the shoulder to open. And the chest and the Ming Men, chest here, and then here. Solar plexus and mid-back. Abdomen and lower dantian. Patting the waist. And the hips. And waist rotations. Kizzy's trying to join me in this. Yeah, you doing this too? Want to join me? Come on, hang out on my shoulder. She's getting very excited over there. And then the other way. Let our awareness go from the waist down to the ball and socket joints of the hips. And we'll widen the feet a little. Point the feet outward slightly. Doesn't have to be very far. And you don't have, I mean, you can try to keep them narrow, but usually that strains people's knee. We're really looking to open that ball and socket joint, just kind of sit open. And I'm going to just do one side at a time. So I'm going to make little rotations here. This is something I've been doing a lot more lately, just kind of working each ball and socket joint, the other leg, just for support, but keeping it relaxed and open. And I go the other way. And I do the other side, stretch this one open, using this one for support. Just get that nice kind of draw open, just let the weight come down and pull the hip away and then circle. Just working down in here, in that ball and socket joint. And the other way. And then I'm going to turn, but keep the knees open, shift back, pulling that open and rotate, and shift open, pulling that one back and rotate. And the other way, turning in and rotating. And shake them out. Patting the legs. I'm doing this up here because I don't want to lean over and make Kizzy fall. So I'm just patting the leg. No weight on it. And do the other side. Hey, what? Small circles. Other way. And heels stay down. Deep bends. Ankle and hip. The other way. Foot and ankle. And the other way. Other way. Behind. Other way. Switch legs. I know. I want to make sure I get some time on the form work too. The other way. Foot and ankle. brushing the grass. Other way. Behind. And shake it up. All right. Figure you can do the hamstring stretches on your own if you like, if you feel strongly about those. We'll cover those on Tuesday or on Thursday rather. I'll show you a little routine I do with that. But I can get into these preparatory exercises really, really deeply because for me, their value is huge. But I also want to honor the fact that you guys are trying to learn the form and get pieces of that each time, while still having you work on these functional elements of the body and the body awareness and abilities with the body so that you can do the form well. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to flow through, just flow straight through that whole right side, of this last section. And then we're going to piece from Fair Lady Threads the Shuttle all the way to the end of it one more time, because on Thursday when I did it, half of you never saw it because of my flub of picking the unlisted instead of public. And for those of you that did, you saw that I was kind of spacey that day too, and I, for some reason, kept reversing sides in back and forth in the middle of the flow, which was probably fairly confusing to folks, and I apologize for that. I have no defense other than apparently I was not as grounded as I would have liked to have been, and I was just kind of the reverse just changed everything around for me, as we can all get. So I'm going to try to do this with her on my shoulder. We'll see how it works. So we're going to flip through, starting from the arms up position at the end of the transitional section and into dragon stretches his wings. So we sink. Shift to the left, or to the right rather, look left, turn the foot, shift back. I'm going really slow. Sit under, getting that rootedness up and out, and in, back down. Under, shift or tap, up and over the top. Power the Immortal. White Ache presents the fruit. In and down. Stop it. Open. And White Ape presents the fruit. Back. White Crane kicks with one leg. Shift up. I'm going to step my right leg back a little bit when I transition into it. Green Dragon stirs the waves, elbowing left and right. Split and grasp the arm. Turn back and look at the moon. Fair lady threads the shuttle. And passing clouds. Hammer fist. Turn my foot in and dragon sweeps the clouds or sweeps the sky. Double uppercut. Double elbow. Split right and grasp the arm. As you can see, as I'm here, split and open. Whitey presents the fruit. And that starts the left side. Okay, come here, kids. I'm going to put her down and make this a little easier to demonstrate the rest. Stop. Don't bite. Be nice. I know you don't want to get down, but you got to. All right. So let's take this from that fair lady threads the shuttle. Both feet are slightly angled to the left at this point. My left arm has come up and expanding like a ward off, rolling out. You can see it. Just so you can see the hands. Don't work up. I just want you as I've sat back here. See? There's that ward off. Up. And then what follows is this whole right side twists. This right channel twists this way. And it extends through the palm. So we've got both feet at an angle. We're just pressed through. We sit, really sit down. Let the chi drop down the right and left channels. And accentuate the idea of the column here. One. Shift. Come from underneath. Don't, not chi. Okay? Here. Swoops up. Boom. Notice I'm not dangling. The foot is active. Right? I'm not locked, but I am extended. And when I come down, I come straight down and put that foot in position like that way, that way. Heel in line with the other heel. So it's there. You can go. Now you can see the feet. Here, boom. See? Not forward or back. Right in line. Boom. And I'm going to sit. Really sit like 70% in this back leg. Then I'm going to pivot the foot and the hand as I come under. So I pivot first, boom, and come under. Sweep. I can't hit that thing. I gotta move back now. Sweep out. This is that. You guys are all familiar with this from that coiling dragon. Qigong. Up. Up. All right, so let's do that again from the coil. Here. Notice I turn and come up. Reach down. See how the fist turns back? Down and up. Followed by the other one as it sweeps through. Then I let everything condense just a little bit and expand into that split. I want you to see that. Condense and expand. Expand and split. Expands. Let's do that again. Boom. Expand. Compress. Expand. Compress. Expand. Compress. Expand. Just let all the energy gather right into the dantian and expand into that split. It's just like split here. It's just split here to the side. Okay. Compress, expand, compress, expand. Compress, expand, compress, expand. Turn back and look at the moon. This energy is drawn from the shift. It's like, come this way and back here. Meanwhile, this one extends out. Come back. Then rotate under. Energy goes under. Boom. And drop. Sink. Press up and out. Where am I? Oh, I went back through it again. So from here, this time, instead of Fair Lady threads the shuttle, we sink, drop, and bring the energy around. I'm going to bring this foot, this right foot, not to just straight, but slightly inward. Okay. Then sit back into and sit. Then Whitey presents the fruit. Okay. We're a little bit over, but I wanted one more time do that. Turn back and look at the moon. Here, under. Do it so you can see it here. Turn that foot and put it down. Come around. Open. Whitey presents the fruit. Split. Open. Whitey presents the fruit. All right. One time from Fair Lady threads the shuttle through that sweeping clouds. Or passing clouds, sorry. Hammer fist. Dragon sweeps the sky or sweeps the clouds, depending upon the translation. Split. Grasp the arm. Turn back and look at the moon. Around. 2 dragons passing. White egg presents the fruit. We'll start working with the other side because the moves are the same, but man, once you start switching around, that left hand just doesn't want to learn it the same way. It's used to being support, not lead, right? And it's good to learn how to extend intent and control through both sides. All right. Thank you guys very much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and many blessings of radiant health and a peaceful, happy heart. I will be in contact with Connie sometime this week to start looking at, what the parameters from the town are for us to possibly get back at some point. I don't know when. Every town seems to kind of have its own interpretation of the state guidelines, and I'm very sensitive to the fact that people may not be comfortable yet coming back, and that's okay. If we do, and people aren't comfortable coming back, I will set up my phone. I won't be able to live stream it on YouTube at that time because my mobile device, I don't have enough subscribers to use a mobile device for live streaming on YouTube. But I can live stream on Facebook or Instagram television or any number of other things with my phone. And I've got a tripod and we'll see how microphones work. We'll try it out. If it comes back to where, we want to move back, the majority of people want to come together. But if you're not comfortable, that's totally understandable. And we'll find a way to make it work for you. Okay. Thank you guys very much. And I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Enjoy the lovely weather we're going to have today. And I will see you soon. Take care.